All right, so this is how you put this back together again. Okay, so it's pretty much just the opposite of taking it apart. But so take your Allen wrench and then pop that loose and unscrew everything. Your firing pin will drop out, and then you punch this out like that. That comes out, and you're disassembled. Take your little tote thing. First thing that goes on is this wave lock or wave washer. Okay, this goes on to this. Okay, then this goes back on here. And remember, you've got to get things lined up. So now you can see. Now what you got to do is on this push down so that you're compressing that spring washer. And then you've got this set up like that, and get the holes lined up. Push it all the way through so it's even all the way around. Drop in your firing pin, bring it out just a little bit, and then take this guy and insert it onto the firing pin like so. Okay, and just leave it like that, and then push this in until you can see the hole for that cocking lug. Okay, and you see that, and then you take your cocking lug, put it in that hole. Okay, and you want to set it like this. If you have it set down all the way down, it's not going to work. So you have it set like that, and then I take my screwdriver and push that spring all the way in. Okay, so now you can see that it's engaged this. Okay, then take that little round ring. It's kind of like just a washer to help reduce friction, I think. Put that over this, then take this, stick it on there, and then just kind of flop that over so it moves like that. And then line up your bolt handle, and you can see how it needs to be lined up. Put that on there, and screw this back down on there. And this is where you're gonna kind of have to make it snug. Okay, so now I had it this way to take loose. Now I got to rotate it this way to make it tight. So then I put my wrench in there, put my arm over this, and I give this a really good tweak down. Okay, I don't know that it needs to be that tight, but that's how tight I make it. Okay, some people will probably say it needs to be tighter, others not as tight. I don't think it matters. All right, now we got to put this back together again. So I'll take this little spring and put it in here. Push it down with my screwdriver. Then there's that little chuck ball. You need to be careful with this because this thing can. I've got probably half a dozen of these laying somewhere on the floor that I can't find. And then carefully put that on that spring like that. Okay. Then you take your extractor doodad. That's the official name of this. You look it up, it's called a doodad. Um, I don't know what it's called. Okay, and it goes on. You can obviously, see how it extracts. What it has is a lip on it that grabs the lip of the case head. It slips on here. You can put this on backwards, and then you go to the range, and it's like, why can't I get my brass out? So you want it set up like that. Okay. Then I take my screwdriver, the flat blade, and push down on that ball. But you got to put your fingers over this thing. Otherwise, that spring and ball will go flying and it'll join the rest of the ones that are laying around somewhere on the floor. All right, so that's together now. Okay, you can see how it grips the case. It's supposed to grip the case. Oh, there we go. And then, that's what it does, is it grips the case. All right, and then you got to put this guy back in. And this has a spring on it that comes, don't lose that. And then put this in. You've got this located this way now. There was that, now you got this. What you want to do is put this in here, and you'll notice that this has a slot cut into it. You want that slot to be oriented in just the right way so that when you go to put this in, it holds that down. But you got to push this down. I use my thumbnail, push this in, and this thing has little knurls on the end of it. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but there's one that's nice, one side that's nice and smooth, there's nothing on it, and the other one's got these little I don't know what you call them, knurls put into it. So push your fingernail down on that pin, push this in, and then it should go in nice and easy. And then I just take the end of this and tap it into place, and now that pin is flush all the way through. And when this whole setup, you put it in, it will extract around. Okay, so that's all done, and that's it.